am Dr. Joan Coleman, and the Exchange is exciting.
I'm Denise Cavalier. The Exchange is real.
I'm Carolyn Peucker. The Exchange is empowering.
I'm Donna Hutchinson. The Exchange is thought-provoking.
The Exchange, a Let Me Be Me podcast. To thine own self be true. I'm going to tell you what that means when we get back. This is The Exchange. I am Dr. Joan Coleman, and after I introduce my friends, we'll go into the topic, okay? Donna.
Hi, I'm Donna Hutchinson.
Carolyn Peucker.
Denise Cavalier.
And this is the Exchange, a Let Me Be Me podcast. We're here to uplift, to encourage, to inspire, and to motivate you. Today, I said when we started, to thine own self be true. Today, we're talking about self-reflection, ladies, self-reflection of 2022. And self-reflection is kind of like self-awareness. So, how has the year been to you self-wise? What can you reflect upon? What can you talk about? Talk about it.
I mean, first of all, I want to say how important this process is because, I mean, a long time ago, it would be like I'd have certain goals. And then if I didn't meet those goals, the whole year was a failure, which is such a terrible, toxic way to look at anything. So it was only about a few years ago that I was like, we're going to start acknowledging what worked in as the year goes through. And that really helps boost your confidence and boost you going forward with momentum. I mean, 2020 was wild in terms of growth, in terms of experience. The beginning of the year was really amazing. The middle part was really stretched me to my limits beyond what I thought I could handle. But then the outcome was the end of the year ended up being amazing. So it was a nice sandwich of wonderfulness, challenge, and then we finished 2022 with a strong high. So
yeah, how about you, Carolyn?
I'm thinking mine's the opposite. So I feel like for myself and a little bit for my family, 2022 was like so much transition, which is good, so good, and so hard, and then like a little sad, a little grief, a little all those things. But like I feel like the middle was like really great, and it was like sandwiched between more challenge. But I do feel like we're ending, strong, and lots of clarity came, lots of changes from seeing what was happening. So I don't know, tough year, but overall we'll say good.
Yeah, yeah. Denise?
I agree. I was just, we're talking before the show about, I just felt really challenged. It was a really challenging year for me and kind of felt like a fast-moving locomotive, just really all kinds of things coming at me, all kinds of challenges, things I needed to adjust to. And so when I first thought of our topic, it almost took my breath away because I was like, whoa, like it's been a really crazy year, but a very exciting, a lot of growth. So it's been, I think, overall just really fulfilling. And again, I feel like I'm ending the year feeling really excited and good about the year. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like it started out where I had to learn, like, be patient. Be patient. Everything will come when it's supposed to come. And then it chugged along into, all right, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. And then now while we're nearing the end, it's like, I could say no. If I don't want to do it, I'm going to say no, and I don't care, and give yourself more grace. So I'm at the point now where I'm trying to give myself more grace. It's okay. Don't let what other people say bother you, because that, I used to take everything, I used to think about it like, okay, maybe, so when somebody say, oh, you don't need to do that, or why are you doing that? That's so hard. I'm like, I hear it, and I'm like, I take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, whatever, in myself, I'm like, oh, thank you for that. But I'm learning how to just accept where I am, how I am, doing what I want to do. Right? So what is one important lesson you guys learned that contributed to your growth throughout 2022?
This is crazy simple, but it was also extremely mind-blowing at the same time. A dear friend of mine, because I've been for the last 2 years trying to understand how to really process emotion and let yourself feel them and all of these things. And I've also struggled with intrusive thoughts, so I approached her and was like, how do you know when to acknowledge those thoughts and when to sort of watch them float by like clouds, as we say, in meditation spaces. and but still give them space. And she was like, if you're hungry or tired, don't acknowledge the emotion. And that simple little acknowledgement, because at nighttime I'll notice like sadness will come up, and instead of sitting in this thing of like, why do I feel sad? What could this contribute to? What's the root of this? What happened in my day? I just go to sleep. And 99.9% of the time it helps so much. So just even removing that whole level of drama and emotional entanglement out of things has been so clearing and liberating. So many of those emotions just don't take me under anymore, because it's like, normally if I'm really angry or annoyed, I'm hungry, just go eat something.
Yeah.
And that is
Make it
so
nice and
true.
simple.
That's so true. Like when I was feeling myself getting upset this year, and then I just tell myself, you're just hungry or you're just tired, and that really took away the emotion that I felt. That is so true. And half the time, a lot of the time, I was really tired when I start judging myself or start thinking about something somebody said, and I'm like, no, you're just tired. When you get tired, that's how you feel. What do you think about that?
I think absolutely if you're tired, you're going to beat yourself up way more. If you're feeling exhausted, you're going to have the least amount of clarity to like judge what's happening. So absolutely give yourself the grace to be like, we can think about this tomorrow. Let's go to bed or let's eat. Yeah, for sure.
So what important lesson have you learned?
So mine is kind of, I think, maybe silly, but it was sort of about tracking what I was trying to do, literally writing it out. Like, these are the activities I have, this is how many hours there is in the day. Does it fit? No, it doesn't fit. So what are we going to do? But it took me months of sort of tackling it from both ways of, we have this many hours, how do we fit it in? These are the priorities, how do we fit it in? And then it culminated in me going, okay, something has to go away. And then putting those things away and just saying, this is okay, that there's a little grief here, but mostly this is the right thing to do. So, but I almost feel like it was like 3 years in the making. It's like 3 years of like trying to say what's important, what's not, how to let it go.
It takes time. It takes time. And it's the beautiful part is you come into the realization that, listen, this is what's best for me. This is how I'm going to handle this. So you're right on track. You're right on track. Denise, what important lesson have you learned?
I think really in the midst of everything or whatever's going on is to honor myself, honor my own feelings and be in acceptance about them, not judging. So even as I was looking back over the year, I was starting to judge myself about certain things, like I should have done this better, or I could have handled this better, or I wish I had done something different. And I said, no, stop right there. Like this is like a process. And so really honoring myself and my goals in life and staying focused was really important for me.
Yes,
Yep.
self-judgment is a tough one. Why do we do it? Why do we beat up ourselves? Is it from childhood triggers? Is it from things we've just gone through in life? Rejection, neglect, negativity? Is that why we judge ourselves so much? And how can we not carry that into 2023?
Yeah. I think the world is constantly telling you, you need more, you're not enough, buy this product, and until you do, you're not good, be this size, and until you are, we're constantly being told we're not good enough as we are. So we always have to fight against that noise and that story. So it's very easy to fall into that entrapment of all that judgment, but it's the working yourself out of it and just being okay. And it's the most powerful thing in the world, just being okay and needing nothing.
That's such a great point. Social media, TV, shows, movies, commercials even. Carolyn, how you feel about that? Do you agree?
So I was sort of thinking about social media, probably because I had to help my son edit a paper he wrote about how social media is wrecking our mental health. It's not really. It can, depending on how you use it. But when you look at all that stuff on there, these beautiful vacations and these perfect houses and these ridiculous recipes people do, you're like, what the heck? And you could think, oh, well, my house doesn't look like that. I don't cook like that. I don't have those vacations. What's wrong with me? So I think, you have to be really secure and just be like, let it go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
because you could get caught up into that space and you don't want to do that because half the time it's not even real. Half the time it's just like a fake thing, somebody trying to show off for the internet. It's not even real. What do you think about all of that?
I think as as people, we're always trying to measure and gauge ourselves too. Like, where are we? We always, feel like we need to be, further along than we are. Or so I think it's sort of, we're just internal. We're trying to measure ourselves. But I have a good friend that's always trying to remind me to stay in the moment. And that's really where our happiness is. Like, if I look back, then I have regret and I'm thinking, why didn't I do something different? And if I look ahead, we're not there yet, and I don't have any power or control over it. So that's, that's been really important practice for me, is staying in the moment.
Yeah, staying in the moment. I read something, and I hope I'm saying it right. Somebody said, life is short because we took too long to live it. Isn't that kind of deep?
It's very true.
Short. Because we always say, life is so short. We should live in the moment. We should do it. But it's only short because you're just taking too long to live it. You're just now living it.
Yeah, we're waiting for everything to be perfect. Waiting for it to be perfect, so then I can enjoy.
Yeah. But is anything ever perfect? I mean, do you think, reflecting over your life in 2022, is anything perfect? Can it be perfect? Will it be perfect?
And if it was, we wouldn't be who we are, right? I think the challenges make us who we are. So, I don't think I ever arrive.
Yeah, because if everything was perfect and smooth, we wouldn't be resilient the way we are. We wouldn't be strong. We wouldn't be patient or learning to be patient. We wouldn't be taking such good care of ourselves because we're already perfect. So it's a good thing. Do you agree?
I was like, as you were talking, I was going, 2022, what was perfect? What was perfect? What was perfect? Yeah, it's not going to be perfect.
What is perfect?
Yeah.
Well, there's that, because in my head I'm like, it kind of was, but it is on my version of perfect.
Level. Yeah.
Right.
Which doesn't have anything to do with anyone
Right.
else's.
Yeah.
I'm perfect because I'm good.
Yeah.
I think it's
know?
perfect if we're going through and learning and enjoying, right? Then it is perfect. Yeah. But
that's an edgy
we
word.
can't. Yeah, it's kind of it's like a word. Yeah.
Because nothing's perfect, to be
Standard.
really honest. But in your space, if you said, like Donna said, if you said, oh, this is perfect, it's going to be. In your space, somebody looking from the outside in is like, maybe not. But if you think it's perfect, then it's perfect.
We're choosing
This year, it's so funny. The end of December, coming in a few months before, I started to say to myself, you know what, I'm happy. I'm happy in this space, because it's like you said, we always want the right thing. We don't have enough money. We want to do this. We want to do that. But then when I look over my life and all the things I did this year, all the things I've accomplished, it might not seem, I don't have a ton of money or, it might not seem like that. But in the space I'm in, I feel happy. I'm happy. I'm not working for anybody. I'm living the way I want to live. I'm enjoying my life. And then when those things come up, those emotions that say, well, you don't have enough or you're lacking some stuff, then, I'm like, I have to really look at it and say, but I'm happy. I'm my own boss. I'm happy with that, So, ladies, let me ask you this question. If this were the last day of your life, would you have the same plans for today?
I'd spend a little more money, probably.
So your plans would change for today. You wouldn't be here doing this podcast.
No, of course I would. I think of that often. I've really reflected on that lately, too, and just been like, if I died today, I would say it was good, which is a pretty darn amazing thing to say, that I feel like I've touched people and I've done good things and I've had some fun. That's a good acknowledgement.
Yeah, that's really good. Carolyn.
I'm feeling a little convicted. I think that, yes, today's a good day, and I think a lot of things happening today are within my priorities and my goals and, like, well thought out. But I think if I knew today I was going to die, there's a few people that are not, like, in my schedule today, so I'd want to see them, but I think it's good.
I'd haunt them. Don't worry about it.
So your plans would kind of change today. You wouldn't get up and say, I'm going to go to the studio. I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to go home. I'm going to relax, or I'm going to do work or whatever. What would change, though? That's the thought behind this question. What would you do this year? I'm getting up. This is my last day. What would be different? What would you do differently?
I mean, that's a really powerful thought.
Yeah.
When you first asked it, I thought I'd probably do the exact same thing I'm doing now because I'm very happy with what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy to be here today. I'm very happy with the work that I'm doing. And we certainly can't change other people and what they're bringing into it.
Right.
But that's a powerful statement to say I'm happy and would live my day just the way I'm living it now.
right.
You know, would I call somebody else on the phone? Maybe. You know, I might be
Yeah.
like, whoa, I need to close that or, you know, touch base with somebody. But I think I'd live my day the same way.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm thinking, I had so many thoughts as you guys were talking. I was like, okay, I'll have a dinner party with my kids and my husband. Or, you know, I would go see Niagara Falls again and just stand there, let the water splash me. You know, so many different thoughts. I don't want to just be dry. I want to do something fun, you know, but within... See, I'm still thinking like within confinement of life, you know, but I want to do something, I don't know, great. Like, I don't want to just live the same day. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
It would be, it's a difference, I guess, if you knew. Like, if I knew it was, I'd
Yeah.
make sure I was on an island watching a
That's what
sunset
it
with
is.
my husband, kids,
if
and
this-
mom.
if you knew
you
this
know.
were your last day,
Oh,
you know.
If I knew, we'd
Yeah.
be getting a massage right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do
In
something.
Turks and Caicos,
Yeah, you want to do something fantastic. You were like, you know, we're happy, we're good, but we want to do something like, listen, this is my last day. I'm going horseback riding. I'm getting up at 4:30. I'm starting it early, you know. And then you just, you know, and that's how we're supposed to live every day. You get it? That's how we're supposed to get up every day and live it like it's our last day and do something so amazing every day instead of trying to just like, okay, I got to pay the bills. I got to do this. I got to do that. And just live an amazing life. And so that's what we're reflecting on. Back, you know, self-reflection of 2022. Did we do that throughout the year? Have anyone say, oh, I'm getting up today and I'm going to just do something great, you know, as if it were my last day?
We went on 6 little trips this year, so yes,
That's
I would
awesome.
say we really,
Yeah, that's
really
great.
did. Because that to me is the most important. That's what makes me actually feel the most alive, being away. We went to the Jersey Shore, and I got up and walked up the beach, and the sun was rising, and I just stood there and cried for a solid 10
Yeah.
minutes. Real nice in public. But having that
Unhinged.
yes, that I realized like trips sort of really make me feel present, and I try to
Yeah.
bring that more into my daily life. So I really prioritized that this year and really felt that a lot. So it was nice.
Yeah, what about you, Carolyn?
I think for me, it's more of like an attitude of, I get to do this, not that I have to do this. Like, some of the stuff that happens during the day that maybe can sometimes feel a little like drudgery if you just change it to, I get to do this. And
Yes.
then you do it happier.
Yeah.
You do it fulfilled, and then you go on to the next thing and it's better. So I think that's what I worked on, and I think I accomplished a lot of the time.
How about you, Denise?
You know, I don't feel like this every day, but I'm feeling it today, a deep sense of contentment. And I feel like every day is an adventure.
Yeah.
And I pack way too much into my days. I certainly need to find balance, but I feel very content. Like, I don't feel like I need to, but travel is big for me. Like, if I always feel very accomplished when I travel or do something new. So, but overall, I wake up every day feeling pretty excited. But again, that's not every day. Like, some days I get up like, ugh, I gotta go to work or whatever. But
you're
right
like
now in the
excited.
moment, yeah, I feel very excited about every day, and I feel content.
That's awesome. That's a good feeling to
Yeah.
have. That's a good feeling to get up and say, ooh, seize the day,
Yeah.
carpe diem, yes. You know, but what matter most in life?
My family.
Your family. Why? Tell us about it.
They're the best. I mean, I really never thought I would experience that. I truly didn't. So I reflect on how that kind of fell into my lap, and I'm so thankful and so grateful to just have people that love me and I love them. And
Yeah.
man, it's good stuff.
It's a sweet feeling,
It is.
right?
It's very sweet.
Carolyn's over there like,
They went way cheesy.
I think it's funny that you think that fell into your lap.
I know. I always thought that too. I was like, well, you know, the kids did exactly. But it wasn't my path. Let's just put it that way. It was
Well,
not
that's
on my.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
it just kind of happened.
Yeah, absolutely. My family. I mean, that's what I think I was, a child knowing that I wanted to have a family. So I think, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, your family.
I got what I wanted. Yeah, I went to college and did all that, but that wasn't what I really wanted. I really wanted a family.
What what matters most in your life?
My family is number one,
Yeah.
I think, and to live a good life, I think, is very important to me. It matters a lot to me
Yeah.
to be making an impact somewhere, be doing good. That's really important to me, being able
Yeah.
to share good things with other people.
Yeah. Well, let me think. Listen, I'm an empty nester, so it's just me and my husband.
It was.
So family matters most in my life. But now, I just love me and just.
I love that. I love that.
Doing yoga
Yes.
and working out and just experiencing this other level of life, they matter most to me, but now it's time for me to matter most to
Absolutely.
me. So that's new. I just thought of that.
It's so exciting though.
Self-reflection of,
Yeah.
of 2022. All right. Is there
That's a good one.
something, you guys, we're gonna say 2022 is coming to an end. New things gonna happen. New season, 2023, all about me. That's what I'm naming it this year. 2023, all about me.
Love it.
And so, thinking about that, are you holding on to something that you need to let go of?
Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, we're self-reflecting. All this stuff is good, but what do we need to let go of before this year ends? That's the one, right? Thinking.
For me, I know I have projects that I want to bring forth, and I've worked on them to various degrees this year, but they haven't come into full fruition. So I've been asking myself, well, what is that? Okay. And putting them out there would make me more vulnerable. Putting them out there would potentially change your day-to-day life. And there was one other thought I was thinking how that, it just fear. There's fear still around it. And I'm like, okay, I see you. Okay.
So you want to let go of
A
fear.
little bit more let go of fear, a little bit fear of the vulnerability and the judgment and the worries and stuff like that, because I think that's what will kind of take that thing to the next step. So those things that are holding you back from what you really want to do.
That's good. What do you want to let go of, Carolyn?
I'm thinking I want to let go of. Maybe the word is control, but maybe not. Maybe it's like I want to let go of like mental blocks and like silly things that stop me from finishing a project or starting the next one. Like I want to let go of those something that's limiting, and just be like, just go
Yeah.
and like let it unfold. And don't need, maybe it's like the control. I don't know. It's kind of a few things maybe.
Yeah. How about you, Denise?
I have some work that I want to let go of, things that don't serve me anymore.
Yeah,
So I've
yeah.
collected all these projects, through the years, and there's some stuff that's just not serving me anymore. It's just I'm not happy when I'm doing it. It doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't bring me fulfillment, and it's stuff I should have let go a long time ago. But you're like, oh, gotta hang on to that
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
and so some projects, and then also some emotional things, emotional baggage. I try to travel light anymore. I don't want to hang on to stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get stuff that like sticks on you a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's some emotional things that I just want to free and
Yeah.
just say this isn't mine. I don't need to hang on to it, and just let it go.
That's so good. And that's where I am too. I want to let go of, when somebody say, I think you should do this that way, or why aren't you doing that? That's what I want to let go. People's opinion, I don't want that. And I've
Excellent.
started to let go of that. Like I told you earlier, I let it go in and out, and I'm not and say, okay, whatever, but I want to let go of that. And I want to let go of when something happens and that feeling of rejection comes up. Oh, I'm working on that. Like, you either shut down or you step back or you just don't want to deal with the person. I'm trying to let go of that. I don't want to do that. I'm too big to be rejected or
That's
feel
right.
rejected, So I'm working on that, letting go of, if you don't treat me the way I think you should treat me, it's fine. Go your way, I'm going my way. I'm still gonna love you, but I'm letting go of that. So, with that being said, any last tips? Anyone could jump in. Any last tips to the audience, the listening members of
Intuition 2023. We're going to follow more of the internal guidance and let go of the judgment.
Yeah, I like it. Carolyn, any last tips?
Go to Denise.
Denise,
Love yourself. Love yourself the way you love other people.
Yes.
Give yourself that.
Grace. Holy grace. And I'm thinking, you know what? Remember, love yourself. Give yourself grace. Journal, meditate, follow your intuition. And I'm thinking, too, be patient. And Carolyn is ready. Go ahead, Carolyn.
I think it's what I said before. I think if we change our attitude a little of I get to.
That's so
Just
good.
change a little bit of I get to, and then I think that can lead into some really good stuff.
Yeah, and that's so good. Change your attitude, because your attitude determines your altitude.
Yeah,
right?
no drums.
No drums.
No drums. Take all the drums out.
Yeah.
Life is a lot happier with no drums.
And also, when a part of being self-aware is what's triggering you. When something happened and you explode and you're like, I can't believe that happened. That's not really what's triggering you. So take a look at yourself, step back, and say, what's happening? What am I talking about? What am I dealing with that I'm reacting this way when I shouldn't react this way?
Maybe you're just hungry.
Maybe you're hungry. That's it. And it's the truth. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you're tired. Maybe it's a root from something else that happened in your life. So listen, you have all these fabulous tips, and we're going to introduce ourselves again, or are we going to end out by saying who we are, what we do?
Yeah, Donna Hutchinson.
And Donna is Finding Your Own Magic.
Finding Your Own Magic on the Instagram, Facebook, all those fun things. I try to share lots of joy.
Carolyn Peucker, I'm an aromatherapist. On Instagram, I'm Precious Botanicals.
Denise Cavalier, and I'm right on New Jersey. I write on, writing on
Right
all kinds of
on.
writing projects. Yeah.
Yep, and I'm Dr. Joan Coleman, and I am Let Me Be Me and Jay on Instagram, and this is The Exchange, and we are on CNJN TV, we're on Vimeo, we are on YouTube, CNJN TV YouTube. We want to get on Instagram, we're working on that, and we're on Facebook. You can catch us on Facebook, and follow our Facebook page, The Exchange, and Let Me Be Me podcast, and you can follow us, you can see what we're doing, we put up quotes, we put up everything. Anything you want to know, we're there. All right? And keep on listening. Come back again, and we'll see you soon. Right, ladies?
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye-bye.